as we get our numbers, then we have a chance to discuss it back and forth about what we think. Okay.
How do we
I'm just waiting for.
Yeah.
Bunny.
There's
Oh, are you just waiting? Oh, you're waiting for me? I'm sorry.
There's one in particular, of an incident that if you talk about it, it's people, they're gonna know what it is.
What's that?
There's one that there's an incident that occurred that if you talk about it, it's pretty much gonna know who it is.
What candidate number?
One.
Yeah.
Has everybody else turned theirs in but me?
Yep.
Yes.
You are last, but not least.
That's good. I'm glad you put, yeah, I'm glad you added that last part. Thank you.
If all 8 people put the same 5 down, we did an investigation.
If we did that, I.
Shortest meeting we've had.
Yeah, if we did that, let's all go out and get some food.
You still haven't had supper yet.
Oh, I ate a couple cheeseburgers.
I have snacks in my drawers in the office. I keep
There's
food.
a room in there that
Keep
has
food.
snacks, you can sit down and.
Yeah.
Multi,
Yes.
multitask.
Yeah.
So that's what
Don't
that room's all
remind
about.
me.
You ever seen Guarding Tess?
Yes, yes.
The poor Secret Service guy gets the call from the president.
Yeah.
Are you busy? No.
Well, we were in agreement.
We are. Pretty much are.
I like that movie.
That's a good movie.
Oh my gosh.
See this? A lot of agreement around 1 and 6
Yeah.
and 2, and then we've got some
3 of them.
some 4s.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you have sort of a top 6 identified from this list. And maybe this would be a good list to discuss them, the top 6.
Let's break the tie.
Yeah. Well,
2 and 9, and see which.
2 and 9. Oh, we will. I like people to kind of.
You can just lay that down.
Before we do that, talk about the people, maybe people who have expressed support for 3, 7, and 9. Kind of your picture, you know, what you saw in them that you thought was
Yeah, because I didn't have
to
some.
make your agreement. So. Candidate 3 is out of Minnesota, comes with an economic development background. In fact, is now doing that in another city in Minnesota. So he went from economic development into city management into back into economic development.
One thing, number 7, 2 things. One, the first thing I looked at is how long had they stayed places.
Okay.
I mean, they got some staying power. It's not easy. What is it, about 6 to 7 years is a
Well, I think the
longevity.
average is less than that, isn't it, Richard?
And I was impressed that he had stayed for 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. And the other thing is he had a picture of our community because he made the reference in there that he liked the community because he passes through it to go to his in-laws.
Right.
That was the other factor I looked at, was what's the staying power, what's the, like Mayor Davis said, what's the attraction to this area? And so obviously he has some family, or at least some in-law family down this way.
He's done capital project management too and community development.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of the things I liked about number 3 was his grant writing and his project financing for streets and water. And
That's his, I guess, specialty. Projects are his specialty. You hit it right on the head there. His weakest part in that area would be HR.
Number 3?
HR,
yeah.
number 3.
Okay.
know, not having that union negotiation experience, not having worked with a very large staff.
I tell
That's,
you,
you know,
no, go ahead.
that being said, I mean, he is a, kind of a warm and gracious guy, soft-spoken, yet
We are talking about number three,
talking about number three.
because from 06 to 13, he had 26 staff. The most recent job, he's only got two,
Two.
but that's within the year.
That's what I'm saying, that during that time, that brief time period.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I nicked him on, really, was the union and.
You can't get in, I know, total personal, but from my own personal experience, where I work in hiring and working with employees, he's had I think this is one of the gentlemen that had a personal upheaval, as far as his marriage.
I don't,
My question is he over it? My experience with men when they go through that is their brain doesn't function real well for a while.
I noticed that.
Or it functions better.
No, no comment.
Yeah,
My
I'm
two
just-
successful divorces, my brain functions a whole lot better.
What, you're talking about the second one.
Both of them.
But, you know what I mean, sometimes you're not focused yet, you're working through your personal life so much that
You know, actually, it never came up.
okay,
It
I don't have a problem with it, I just
Yeah,
would like to know if
yeah,
he's,
he discusses his family in terms of having them on board for the move and things like that, so, it would appear that 14 years later,
oh, it's 14,
14 or 15, I mean, it's been quite a while.
So he has a second family? I mean, okay.
okay, well then that answers my question there, I mean, I'm just, it seems
This-
like when
This wasn't a recent train wreck
Okay,
that.
no,
And I
that's-
understand what you don't, is someone's personal.
right,
I always check that out when if they've been fired recently or something like that, I go, how's your heart going into this? You know, are you still gonna have the sort of the,
And you, on all of these candidates, you went through the Google search thing,
sure.
get the
You can't do an entire background check until you get social security
Right.
numbers and dates of birth, and then I really get into it. And also because of the confidentiality of their candidacy, it's really hard to call people and say,
Yeah.
so-and-so might be looking for a job, what, you know?
Yeah.
well, I like the sentence here on page 3 that you had socially adept, even-tempered, tireless in his efforts to bring about peace and well-being. He'll make an effort to remember names and birthdays and make his office or home a pleasant place to be. You know, I thought, I mean, that's for a small town, it's number 3,
you're
page
still on
1.
3?
Oh, page 1.
We're still on number 3, candidate number 3.
Still on number 3. I mean, so in a small town, that seems to be an important factor too, that you can get along with people. There's just so many people that you're gonna be working with, it's not like a big community.
That came out strongest in his, and you probably found that, I didn't have that written by it about other people.
Yeah, that's what I noticed in it, so.
I was curious because it said in here, I have started a small local business and revolving loan fund program in '96 that assisted over 32 small and medium-sized business either expand or locate to Pine Island, Minnesota.
So that kind of says where he's from.
Was I not supposed to say that? I'm sorry.
That's,
I continued reading.
yeah.
See it, Bob?
Unless our cable goes farther than we think.
So what was your question on that?
Well, no, I was impressed and curious how that he was able to accomplish something like that. To me, that's like, because we're looking at Main Street, Iowa, and doing different things to help our Main Street, and if you had a program, something like that, that could help in that way, I thought it was unique that he had started something, that might be of some benefit that we weren't originally even looking for. So,
The one thing that it bothered me a little bit is it plays down the rules. He has a tendency to plays down the rules. That bothers me a little. I know he wrote some grants. I thought it was just kinda so-so. I didn't think that it was real strong. I don't know. I know that, there were just a few other things that bothered me. And I was having a little bit of trouble understanding, okay, coming from 89,000 now, why he would come to here for virtually the same, to start over for virtually the same.
Yeah, it's the responsibility.
Pardon?
It's the responsibility.
But, well, and then, again, you know, I had a little light on experience. I see that he was the city manager of a smaller town, but then for some reason, he changed from that, and I don't know why.
It was
That's
in
the one
back.
that was in
Yeah.
the newspaper article. He turned into the fall guy for
Oh,
the
okay.
Page
project.
5.